There are many interesting incidents and that popping up on my head. But however, I don't think I'll be sharing that much. But since we are talking about the wisdom, it's also needed to know the wisdom does not necessarily apply only sitting down and thinking wisdom. We're applying the wisdom some kind of a light that correctly presenting everything to the individual. Even you're thinking alone about the emptiness, even then there are a number of different understanding of emptiness within the different variety of individual. Honestly. And one thing, I used to think, this particular person, used to think, and I've been told, I learned, whether I understood or not, I was told, informed, and I read and taught that the Nagarjuna's idea of emptiness is the outstanding and best, which is unmistakably explained by the Jangon Lama Tsongkhapa, and that is supposed to be the best. And it is the best, not supposed to be, but it is the best, which I believed and I thought and I followed. And then the thought comes up on my head. The others who are not following this tradition, but they claim to follow Nagarjuna's tradition. How does that work? And then naming this and that individual great beings, naming. So this doesn't follow this particular theoretical point of presentation, but it's that person really did not develop the understanding of emptiness, wisdom. And then I realize that's not true. They do develop, they do understand, and they do get it, but don't get it exactly what Jangon Lama Tsongkhapa described. Or, so there are level of wisdom even to that understanding, which is correct, by the way, serve the purpose. So when it serve the purpose, is good enough. Honestly, serve the purpose is good enough. So that's I think, wisdom. We have to think. We really have to understand. May not be exactly what it is, but it does. Even you look in those great 4 Buddhist schools of early Indian tradition, and each one of them have a different way of presenting its own wisdom, emptiness. And so, of course, theoretically, you said the law schools are wrong. The Pasangika thoughts are the best, and this and that, we will say. However, each and every school is completely intact. It is capable of managing each and every individual of their practitioners. No one is ever lacked with the lacking of lacking of development. So therefore, it is something that level in which we get it, and that level serve the purpose of defeating the the defeating the ego grasping mind, and that really serve the purpose. And then I think that's what it is. That doesn't mean you don't have to learn, you don't have to know, because the more the correct it is the better it is for the individual, sharper, quicker, it is also made by the correctness. Correctness is important. However, I think, well, if I say incorrect wisdom is correct, then it's not right. Not practically, it's not right. Theoretically, it is wrong. But I think as long as it's serve the purpose, I think that really works. And so really, it also depends on the individual's capacity, adaptability, um, the intellectual capacity, all of them. So I think, really, the wisdom is something that really goes very interesting. And even, as I mentioned to you, sweeping dust, cleaning place, etc., can be very, very good practice. So I'm telling you the incidents during the Buddha's lifetime, Atisha's lifetime. Then if you come down, there are many great masters, one after the another in their lifetime, and they have these incidents until even late. Even during the Pavonka's period also, and you do have, Pavonka has a secretary called Genlosan Dorje, sort of completely busy handling the correspondence of Pavonka. And not only the correspondence, composing, everything, and person didn't have sit down time to call practice. But I don't think you can get anybody better developed than Gyaltsen Dorje during that period, during his lifetime. And he is not less than either Jebche Trizang Dorje or Ling Rinpoche, Ling Dorje. No, he's not. And he's that great, developed, and his time is totally spending with the pen and paper, totally like handling the Jebje Pavonka. Can you imagine thousands of letters, handwriting reply by one person day and night, completely. And then also there are Pavonka composed so many books, transcripts, and the transcripts are made into book, all done mostly by Gyaltsen Dorje. So there are 11 or 12 volumes of Pavonka's collected work, and they're all Gyaltsen Dorje's production. And then plus handling his daily correspondence, hundreds of letters a day, and then no type recorder, no computer, everything. And then since the name is sender is the Shen Yingbo, and also the old Tibetan culture culture, it has to be very good shape. It's not a scratch. It has to be almost like printed form. It's so beautiful handwriting, and all this, and this almost one guy handled all of them for all these years of Pabonka's later part of life. And so sometimes development really doesn't depend on sitting down and meditating alone. Maybe that is the wisdom we take out from here. And so it is very wise to learn how to make our daily chores for betterment, daily chores practicing for becoming practice, and rendering service. All those are really proving to be a better spiritual practice. And many of us may not be so well informed of a subject of a practice, and then you don't have to think I can't do any spiritual practice because I did not learn this text. I did not learn that ritual. But there are many ways of handling and doing it. Opportunity, as we used to say, America is a land of opportunity. The spiritual path is land of opportunity. You can do anything, and make it spiritual. It depends on the individual, depends on the motivation, depends on the dedication. So when you handle them in that way, and then everything becomes simple, easy, good way. And that's the wisdom you can take out of this and see what you can do for yourself. Sometimes simple little things will make much more effect to the people rather than good, sophisticated, complicated things. I'm just thinking of election. And when you look at what is his name? Donald Trump. It was amazing, and that I don't know how many thousand, 30 or 30 whatever, and shows up in Alabama's Friday afternoon. Can you imagine? And I keep on shouting USA, USA, Trump, Trump, Trump. And so all 30,000 together is really funny, Anyway, but then you listen to him, and he was simply, there's no, is that really profound anything? And just, and down the road, and Bush is there, not Bush, Jab is there, and they're sleeping. And sort of like that, all of them. And I'll build a wall, and the Mexicans will pay. And I negotiate with China, I negotiate with Bhutan. I mean, that's really, sometimes I was wondering, I do remember when Obama was running, he also says the same thing. He didn't say what we're going to do. To be honest, he said, you and I will go and change. We will turn the page of the history. You and I will go and change. Change what? Never said, Maybe people don't get it. So just simple like that maybe affect to the public. And that's the same thing Trump doing. I build the wall, Mexicans will pay. I'm rich, you will become rich, we'll make you all rich. So these are the thing and nothing else. Nothing else. And then everybody else is sleeping and weak and whatever it is. And Hillary is in trouble and this and that. That's all he says. So maybe sometimes wondering, maybe little things, like simple little things, may work better with the people. So I should also say, well, come and clean. Come and clean your house. Sweep the dust. You and I will sweep the dust of ignorance. You and I will sweep the dust of obsession. And you and I will sweep mop the dust of ego. What do you think about that? So maybe that will work.